Welcome to Born to the Past. We are Olivia,
Aria, and Audrey.
And this is our podcast Discovering History.
Through the eyes of Luna the alien,
Hazel the portal ghost,
and Phoebe the timeline protector. Okay, but wait, how did he get the ear so perfectly round? Did he use a compass? Was it a cup? And why a mouse? Why not a capybara? Or a very charismatic badger? And how does a bankrupt guy from Missouri convince the entire planet to buy tickets to a swamp in Florida 50 years later? I need logistics. I need a paper trail.
Whoa, breathe, Luna. Take it easy. You're gonna set your notebook on fire.
If we want answers, you know the drill. You don't read the history. You walk through it.
Alright, before we go through, let's review the standard protocol. Rule number 1, no changing history.
Yep. Rule number 2, blend in, do not stand out.
Yep. Rule number 3, be back before dinner.
Yep. And rule number 4, do not use your future magic devices to live stream and do not try to pet the historical raccoons. That feels incredibly targeted and oddly specific.
Moving on. Portal is stable. Let's go. Say his name.
Walter Elias Disney. Is that manure I smell? Where are we?
Welcome to Marceline, Missouri, circa 1906. Little Walt is about 5 years old here.
Looking over by the barn, see that kid sitting under the apple tree? He's not doing chores. He's using sticks and charcoal to draw horses on the side of the building. So this is where the obsession starts?
Exactly. It was his escape. His dad was incredibly strict. The farm work was brutal, but in his head, the animals could talk. He actually sold his first drawing of a horse to a neighbor for a nickel.
Ugh, talk about temperature drops. My nose is freezing. Welcome to Chicago's winters. It's 3:30 a.m. while a usually mid-REM cycle. 11-year-old Walt is currently dragging a sack full of frozen newspapers up 3 flights of stairs.
His dad bought a paper route, and Walt delivered papers before school and after school for 6 years straight.
That is child labor. When did he sleep? He didn't. He regularly passed out at his school desk. Teachers thought he was just lazy. He was just running on pure exhaustion. Wait, did he get drafted into World War I?
He tried to enlist at 16, but the army told him to beat it. So what does Walt do? He fakes the birth year on his passport, joins the Red Cross, and ships off to France.
Look at that ambulance driving past us. Look at the side of it. Are those cartoon characters painted next to the Red Cross logo? Yup, even in the middle of a war zone, surrounded by devastation, the guy couldn't stop doodling.
to Kansas City, 1923. Walt's first official animation company, Laugh-O-Gram Films.
Let me guess. This is where he makes it big? Quite the opposite. He's completely bankrupt. He's eating cold beans out of a can, sleeping on the floor of the studio, and he can't even afford to pay his animators. He had to dissolve the company. Ouch! Imagine failing at your dream before you even turn 22. Walt married Lillian Disney in 1925.
They had 2 daughters, Diane and Sharon.
He was a family man. He would often take his daughters to the park.
This sparks the idea of a magic kingdom. But he doesn't quit. He packs a cardboard suitcase, moves to Hollywood, and creates a massive hit, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Oh, I know Oswald. He's so cute.
Lights, camera, action.
So Walt is rich now? For a second, until he goes to New York to ask his distributor for a raise, who basically says, "Not only am I cutting your budget, but I secretly hired all your animators away from you, and legally I own the rabbit. Good luck." Wow, that is savage. He lost his character and his team?
He was devastated. He got on the train back to California with absolutely nothing left.
But look at him. On this train ride home, he's not crying. He's furious and out of your sight, and desperation, his pencil hits the pad. Wait, those round ears, is that?
Mickey, originally named Mortimer, but Walt's wife, Lillian, told him Mortimer sounded too pompous.
Watch what happens next. Wow! The sound matches the animation perfectly. That changed everything, didn't it?
It revolutionized the entire industry. Walt didn't just survive the betrayal, he completely eclipsed it.
Years later, Mickey is a global icon, but Walt is bored. He decided he wants to make a full-length 80-minute animated movie. Snow White, right?
Yep, and the entire industry laughed at him. They literally called it Disney's folly. His own wife and his brother Roy begged him not to do it. They thought it would ruin them financially because adults wouldn't sit through a cartoon for that long.
Walt had to mortgage his house just to finish the movie. He lost literally everything. And it became the highest grossing film of its time. Wow, the man had nerves of steel.
Once the floodgates opened, the masterpieces just kept rolling out. Look over there.
1940, Pinocchio pushes animation technology to the absolute limit.
Also 1940, Fantasia turns classical music into a visual, psychedelic trip.
1941 brings Dumbo, and 1942 brings Bambi, ripping the hearts of the audience worldwide.
And the 1950s explosion. Cinderella in 1950, Alice in Wonderland in 51, and Peter Pan in 53.
The guy was a factory of core childhood memories. But Walt realized movies weren't enough. He needed to conquer a brand new invention, the television.
In 1955, he launches the Mickey Mouse Club. Suddenly, he isn't just a name on a movie screen. He is Uncle Walt, sitting right in everyone's living room every single week.
Look at all those kids in the audience wearing those mouse ear hats. He didn't just make a show, he made a literal cultural uniform. And he used that TV show to pitch his biggest, craziest gamble yet. Disneyland. Finally, take me to Space Mountain.
Not yet. This is July 17, 1955, opening day. And it is an absolute disaster.
The park was plagued by counterfeit tickets, so twice as many people showed up. The asphalt on Main Street was poured that morning, so women's high heels were literally getting stuck in the melting ground. The plumbing failed, so the drinking fountains didn't work.
Wait, so opening day was a total flop? Technically, yes. The press called it Black Sunday, but Walt just rolled up his sleeves, fixed the plumbing, smoothed the asphalt, and kept moving forward. In the 1960s, Walt dreamed of Epcot.
Experimental prototype community of tomorrow.
Wait, like a real city in the future? With actual residents, grocery stores, and zoning laws? Yes, a planned futuristic community for 20,000 people using new technology. It had a climate-controlled city center, monorails for public transit, and underground tunnels for supply trucks, so pedestrians could walk safely above ground.
After he died, the company decided running a real city without him was too risky, so they turned the concept into the World Showcase theme park we know today. In 1966, Walt Disney died.
But his work didn't stop growing.
His worlds kept expanding after him.
It's almost dinner time, girls. We gotta head back.
Walt Disney failed many times before succeeding. Studios collapsed, a loss of major characters, creation of greater ones, revolutionizing movies and animation forever. And even Epcot, his biggest dream, though changed completely after his death in 1966.
That's the timeline.
And the lesson? Imagination doesn't follow failure, it follows persistence. Okay, listeners, do not pause, do not skip, and do not even look at your human parents for hints. In typical Disney fashion, it is time for Portals to the Past Trivia Challenge.
Let's see who was actually paying attention and who was secretly daydreaming about a vacation to the Magic Kingdom. Phoebe, hit him with question 1.
All right, time travelers. Question 1. What was the name of Walt's first major successful cartoon character that was brutally stolen from him by a shady distributor in 1927? A. Mortimer Mouse. B. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. C. Barnaby Badger. Oh, I know this one. This rhymes with Boswell.
Shh, give them a second to think. If you guessed B, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, you are correct. And honestly, justice for Oswald. He deserved better.
He really did. Alright, my turn. Question 2. When Walt risked his actual house to make Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, what did the Hollywood skeptics rudely call the project before it premiered? A. The $1 Million Mousetrap. B. The Great Animated Mistake. C. Disney's Folly. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time's up. The answer is C. Disney's Folly. And then Walt used the record-breaking profits to buy a massive studio lot. Talk about the ultimate mic drop.
Alright, final question, and this one is a double whammy. In 1955, Walt completely conquered the television screen. What was the name of the mega hit variety show that introduced the world to those iconic mouse ear hats? A. The Disney Animation Hour. B. The Mickey Mouse Club. C. Steamboat Wonders.
M-I-C-K-E-Y. Come on, everybody knows this. The answer is B. The Mickey Mouse Club. If you got 3 out of 3, congratulations! You have officially survived a trip through the 20th century. Pack your bags and sharpen your pencils because next week the portal is taking us somewhere entirely new. If you're ready to see history with your own eyes, step through the portal to the past!
Thanks for traveling through time with us on Portal to the Past. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss our next journey into history. And if you enjoyed the episode, tell a friend or leave a comment. Until our next journey through time.